Hello, hello. This is Kevin Resilient ME. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Morning right after the last recording. No breaks. I love it. Did try to record an episode of something different. Was trying a new game called Harold Halibut. Unfortunately, that just turned into half an hour of troubleshooting and game crashing, so deleted game, deleted recording. Well, but I'll call it out as something that looked interesting if you want to go check it out on someone else's channel. Yeah. Alright. Time for us to make use of our empathy. This is what we built our entire character for, is walking through this door here and talking to this woman here. This is literally everything. Do we drink that too? Maybe. That cost some health though, which is kind of lame. And so I don't want to wear those jeans. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna change my pants real quick. Yeah. Hi. Let's not go exploring, we need to just talk.
It's you from the book stand. I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here.
That's okay, we're ready.
He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what. No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
Do we really want to let her work her way to the answer herself? Is that what you're supposed to do in this situation? I think I need some, well, I'd say crisis management training. I'm not sure I do need that. But it'd be a good skill to have, I guess. Yeah.
Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Well, that's true. Delaying is just pushing her toward the answer even worse.
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
Yeah. Well, impossible check, but it's guaranteed to succeed. Alright, if impossible checks her rolls a 17. Maybe we don't need to keep skilling up on that.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus. Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word.
You know what, I don't need the lesson. I'm pretty confident that, yeah, you do want to be direct. Use definite, strong words. Because you don't want people having fantasies playing in their minds that'll haunt them during the grieving process. People are going to visualize the reality of the situation. Don't let them develop other things to haunt them too. Just narrow it down so they can process the one thing as it is. That's my real life empathy take on a situation like this. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I don't know.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
What?
But he was just here, alive.
Time is relative, but...
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
Here's the thing. As obvious and clear as day as it is to us, really is irresponsible to give someone a definite answer when it hasn't been absolutely confirmed. Because then if someone comes later and says, oh, that's not actually it, it was something completely different that happened, that's really just further traumatizing the affected. I think I'm understanding the way police handle things in real life to an element from this now too. Yeah.
Was he drunk?
Man, it's the same thing, isn't it? Even though this is something, it's like we know, yes. Well, we know in the time frame he was drunk. We don't know at the specific moment. He could have been sobering up. It might not have fully hit him yet. I mean, who knows?
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
That's more just of a not building as horrible of a fantasy isn't the right word here, but reoccurring. Daydream's not the right word either. Reoccurring vision. Don't want someone visualizing someone that they know 2 days after death.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
No. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No, a day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
We should step outside and talk.
I don't think we're going to be exploring that room. That's okay. That wouldn't be empathetic.
You did well. You did enough. Can't save the whole world, you know. Anyway, I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. Let's go.
We're not even going to try to go back into that room, but we are going to smash this thing right outside her door. Yeah. I always wondered what that is above this door here. Purple glowy thing. It's like an esoteric symbol. What? A door to be... Well, you just made it more esoteric. Super esoteric. Now what are we supposed to do with ourselves? I don't want to accidentally go into Kuno's apartment without the gun. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, it is that one. Then next to the communal bathroom, there's 2 bathrooms. I think it's this one though. So we'll stay away from that door for now.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Do we have a reason to break into there?
No reply.
Why would we want to break into some random citizen's apartment?
Yeah, exactly.
The lieutenant looks at you for a long moment, then blinks once.
I suppose if one were committed to it, there's a pair of chain cutters in the kinema.
I don't know that one is committed to it.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
That's glitched. Wrong line. We don't really have any official purposes in here, do we? Oh, I guess interviews for possible witnesses, seeing as the building's right next door to the scene. We actually should be trying to talk to people here.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius. Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
I don't get it. Bathroom, kitchen.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there.
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Okay.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go. Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's... forget it.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Yes, yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? What's he in trouble for?
He's actually not wanted for murder. We just want to talk with him.
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Back to the balcony again. But we gotta check out that room 10 first, because the old lady asked us to do it.
You hear someone walking around inside. A poor communard, from the looks of it.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Yes, we do.
Later then, entering this door seems a physical challenge.
Excuse me? Of course not.
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime. There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
Oh, come on.
That was smart.
I don't think I've done this in any of my playthroughs. Let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, I've never seen her before. Huh. Or them shoes. Let's not take the shoes till we know what's up.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Oh, a logical answer.
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Pericanine.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Of course.
We're gonna just leave those shoes, right? I mean, they're not her shoes. Whatever. We're not stealing, we're helping her renovate by cleaning up the trash. And they'll probably have a funny dialogue. Hey, what's this?
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra liberal.
No. I thought I was gonna get another opportunity to take those off. Yes, I'm reloading for that. That's my one reload in this playthrough. I don't want to wear the shoes.
Satisfied?
Her voice is
Do you want to see my ID as well? Very well, but oh, that and
so oh, it irks her.
well, it does not disappear. These are
It's as if they...
don't ask both apart. I need it was but that was months ago. Of course.
Why am I reloading for the shoes? I don't even know. I just want to see the dialogue option, man.
The luxury of fine things. Let's hope no one saw you wearing these outrageously expensive and ultra-liberal shoes.
No shoes. With shoes you lose, as they say.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes, well, I hope they're good people.
Yay for healing morale and getting some XP. Alright, I know the dude's not home in the other apartment. I don't need to go check that. Let's talk to Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? By love, you did. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe.
Wait, what? A probe?
I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
Oh, that probe. So to win, you'd have to have just said no. Fair enough. Real life doesn't let you go around making promises and then going, well, actually, I did something else for you, so I don't need to do that anymore.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
How bad can the info she has be?
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
You think I could finish the game without getting any information from her?
Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
There is a pinch of defensiveness in her voice, but it is playful.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
Yeah, whatever.
Why wouldn't it be? This is Revachol, Wayfair Act and all. Anyone can drive a boat. The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long. The X something. The X what? Oh, I do like the sound of that. It sounds so decisive, so powerful.
Yeah, I'm not surprised she likes that.
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Good.
I don't want to do her quest.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Let's see if we can get another 6-6.
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
No.
So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Now what are we gonna do with ourselves? Let's go back to exploring the coast. 'Cause I know there's stuff over there. You probably know there's stuff over there. Fast travel's broken again. Of course it is. Dough. I think it likes breaking. Have I unlocked any checks with those two? Yeah, that's a rhetoric check. A lot of rhetoric checks. We're not gonna get any of them. Let's sell some stuff.
Hello, hello. Let me... Sure thing. Sure, man. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Postcards really aren't worth anything. I'm gonna sell this ball. I don't care about that. Gonna hold on to the other stuff for now. I keep meaning to look up those dice to see if it mattered which one I picked, but I keep forgetting to do that.
Another time, perhaps.
I'll just continue forgetting indefinitely.
All the old boomboxes are there, blinking and waiting to whirl. All but one, yours.
It's alright, there's not too many things we need to buy them, as far as I'm aware. Why don't we check out another one of the things in our interactables? Yeah, we got this.
A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper, yet you're drawn to it. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with the Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please.
No.
You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret.
Huh. I thought there was going to be more with that. So we can look at this.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism, they represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say communism is in accord with the natural world. It's usually considered the political ideology that relies on the most social manipulation and like social manipulation, like the most forcing people to behave differently than they instinctively wish to. And it also is the one that is most separates humans from like animals and the biological, what's the word, like the biological law, natural law, and all that. Most abstraction from natural law, yeah.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
I wonder if people who consider themselves full-on communist agree with that assessment. 'Cause it usually, like how what I see them talking about is like humans have progressed to the point that we're no longer bound by natural law. And, they think, that we've evolved enough to force ourselves to be different, not that they're in accordance with it. But I don't know. When you're talking about the natural world and all that, you can kind of pick and choose different animal species with their different social arrangements and say we should be like that. Even within the realm of primates, there's very significant differences in the social hierarchies and behaviors we see. So, yeah. Point is, when you're comparing yourself to the natural world and so on, you shouldn't compare to animals. You should just compare to the grander things like natural selection and so on. You can either say we've evolved past it, or you could say we're as stuck with it as any other living thing. Yeah. I think identifying too much with any specific... I mean, no one identifies with plants, so identifying with any specific animal is just a way to try to strong-arm a position, really. Is that you can pick and choose.
After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents.
Nature got its diversity all over the place.
The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine.
I thought of a coherent way of saying my point. I don't think we can compare humans to any specific species of animal, so we have to stick to things that apply to all animals if we want to talk about natural law. Because there's too much picking and choosing when there isn't really a case to be made that we're most similar to this or most similar to that animal, even with genetic similarity being a thing that exists. Because most of the genome involves the brain and behaviors. And so yeah, we could be 95% similar to, say, chimpanzees. I don't know what the exact percentages are there. But the 5% difference could all be brain and behavior and, social aspects. And that could be just absolutely colossal. So that there's the possibility that there'd be nothing identifiable between the species. So, no, I don't know the specifics of chimps, but I know people compare us to chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos, a few other ones, depending on what point they think they're trying to make. And if you compare those species to each other, they do things dramatically different. So, I don't know. Is that like a already named fallacy? The monkey fallacy? I don't know. What would you call that? I think the point is, if you want to understand humans, you have to analyze humans. Now, yeah, there's no way around it. Nope.
You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are.
What do you mean? We're totally interested. We weren't talking about biology instead.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
Cindy the Skull, perhaps.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer. That certainly sounds like a certain delinquent youth who likes to harass you from her balcony.
Yeah.
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip-Top Tourney. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
I mean, I can agree on hating on sponsorships.
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers, your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter. And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real racers that you're really watching for. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip-Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. You can still like it, Detective. Just because a couple of fools wrote an article doesn't mean it's true. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Yeah, people got a variety of reasons why they're interested in racing cars, specifically like NASCAR type things. It's why it's popular, because it appeals to multiple attitudes. There's the performance geeks, the social aspect, people who are waiting for the crash and adrenaline aspect. No one's watching for the advertisers, though, that's for sure. That's just the annoyance people put up with.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Yay, morale.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition.
A word I've never seen before. Mucilaginous. We looking that up. Of course I'm gonna look that up. Watch it not be real. We have to be doing some alt-tabbing to make sure I spell this right. Mucilaginous. Mucilage is a word. Thick, gluey substance produced by nearly all plants and some microorganisms. Sure, let's just say secretion of, like, parasitical stuff. Hey, that's rude. Alright. Good use of the word.
Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
Yeah.
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it already, honestly.
I do.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Has that magazine made us more communist? I don't think so. I think we were 3 points before. Where we go? Can I talk to her about the kids now that I've talked to the kids?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? Quite the sign. An eyesore too. Situation calls for a funeral, if you ask me. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Holding a funeral doesn't mean you love death. Don't be childish. You're a police officer. Our things are part of our life world.
They're made with human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least. Oh yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Oh? Who? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Yeah, we were gonna look for that woman's husband. And he got forgotten. Someone's always gotta get forgotten. It's just the way of it. Excuse me. Moving up the coast.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. Probably something that is no longer there.
This, I believe, is actually an impossible check. On my first playthrough, I sat here reloading, trying to beat this with a reasonably high interfacing skill for a very long time. You can't roll successfully on it. Unless that's changed in an update. But on launch of the game, that was a rigged check. Not sure what the purpose, the symbolism, or whatever of that is, but very much is the situation. Oh no, no minus empathy. I don't want that. No, no, no. Oh yeah, the boardwalk. Bird. Let's have this bag just in case there's actually like stuff to collect over here. I'm not seeing anything to collect. How unfortunate. Interesting scarf. We'll wear it for the moment. But I feel like that's not one we always want to have on. Don't be confronting Kuno's dad with the scented scarf on. Not trying to make that a date night. No. No, no, no. Yeah, there wasn't much going on up there. But this way is something. We're gonna want our bottle back. Bottle back ribs. Come that music. You all ready to get musical?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
But I got that bag again. I deliberately put that away. It snuck back into my hand.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
What? So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Do we want to do this? I mean, we're not really authority cop here. We don't care about having authority.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
It's fine.
A cell. Why? Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Field recordings.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
The girl is cold all of a sudden. Very cold.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
Oh no.
She is on some kind of stimulant, amphetamine or methadone, and its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now, and fewer peaks.
Double oh no.
Take this, you're cold.
No man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Can I give her a different hat? I like this hat. Oh, stupid empathy playthrough.
Thanks. That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure. Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent. Go ahead.
I should probably know what this stuff is before I do that.
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice. Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Okay. It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here.
Ooh, pessimistic shivers. But yeah, there's no road access. So what do you expect?
Not in a million years.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right? Come on, man, don't mess around.
But not too long. This is important to her. She has the courage to ask.
Maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right? They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes.
Go ahead.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains silent.
These some good lines. Get your reading on.
It's real. Tell her.
What is?
Ooh.
I know. I'll stick to it.
There is little you can do to help her now. But given the chance, you feel like you should. There is something about her, a weightiness. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal, a fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to. What is it?
No, it has to be a political answer for that. I bet she'll call us out that, no, that's not really what you want to talk about. But at least we can get the morale back.
Oh, really? So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress? No, it sounds like you just got chick issues. Well, think about... Anyway, was there something else? Okay, bye.
I miss my bum hat. Without it, I look like a detective. Any funny dialogue options for wearing these? Beige doesn't look good on anyone. If I have to wear glasses again, I'm gonna get beige just to spite this dialogue option.
Yes?
No. I lost an electrochemistry point. Because I gave up my hat. If I put all this logic stuff on, I'll be able to do that check with Kim. Let's find out. Business, not casual.
Yes?
You pick over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge.
Well, that's no shock, is it? Let's get back to where we were at. Make these stop being highlighted. Any bottles? No. Yeah, we got one. It broke again. Maybe I'd rather have that out, though. Really? We going in? Yeah, I'm just checking on my heart rate
The tent
monitor.
is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff.
Bit
The
iffy.
flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Yeah, we gotta call the episode. Damn, man. Hey, goodbye, good riddance, all that. Until next time.